Welcome back after the quick break. And the Rotary Club recently, in fact, just honored top offices, one in the Sheriff's Department and one in the Opelousas City Police Department. And the two that were honored was Detective Lynette Chavis of St. Leonard Parish Sheriff's Office and Sergeant Rodney May of the Opelousas Police Department. And of course also pictured was Sheriff Bobby J. Guitros and Chief of Police Perry Gallo, and of course Miss Sarah Branton, and our attorney friend Mr. Jim Lopez. So
both representing the Rotary Club.
Rotary Club here, and that would be the noontime Rotary Club.
Right, they got a sunrise and a noontime.
And noontime, and you remember we had done that for several years. We meaning. Robert Daly and myself had a law enforcement day. Was really a big success. Robert died, and we never came back with it. Keep thinking about doing that, because that was a nice. We brought in just about everybody that did that, even the EMS of the year, State Police of the year. I mean, we really had done a great job there, and it was Robert's idea. And when he passed away, we didn't, but maybe somebody could volunteer to help me. How about that?
We have Opelousas Little Theater is having their new show, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it is opening on July the 12th, which is tonight, Thursday night, over at the Delta Grand Theater. Just to let everybody know, I know there were some things where they ran some of their shows back at the original place, but they're back at the Delta Grand for Opelousas Little Theater. Hannah Desatel is going to be on stage with Susan Davi. The shows are going to be July 12th through 15th, 19th through 22nd, and 26th through 29th, all in the month of July at 7 o'clock at night. Then they're going to do 2 o'clock matinees on the weekend, on the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. If you want to bring kids, they can take pictures with all the cast members, and they're going to have, I think the last one was Cinderella that really sold out, so you want to get your tickets early. Go by the Delta Grand Theater.
I received quite a number of cards of condolence for the death of my brother John, and one that I received is really neat. In fact, you commented as soon as you saw it. St. Ignatius School faculty and students, you can make a donation to the school, and each Wednesday they'll be offering prayers in memory of the person that you ask them to pray for. And this was made by Miss Rose Couvillon, my longtime friend. Miss Rose, thank you. Very, very thoughtful and sweet, and might give some other maybe schools or even the churches could have something like this.
You can do that over at almost any church here in town.
Church.
If you buy mass, they'll send a card to the family to let them know.
But a school, this is real
nice
neat.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our longtime friend Lincoln Maggie Savoy from over in Sunset sent a beautiful card and a beautifully well-written personal note here. Thanks. And so many others.
How about Steamboat? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Steamboat Warehouse.
Oh, I was there Saturday night, and let me tell you, we have a picture
I think we do,
to prove that I was there.
Over here, I can go here first.
Yes, and the young man on the right is Kevin, and Kevin was going to be calling Charles Brignac at Accurate NDE to see if possibly there'd be an opening. And the other gentleman, by golly, good friends. He's from Voss Parish and a good friend of Vicky's. And then, of course, the next picture is a picture inside of the eating portion. The other place was the little bar they have there. And I was treated by my long time now, it's several years, Keith and Sonia Fountain from Pineville. and the Fountain Agency. They specialize in handling of flood insurance claims nationwide. And of course, we had a delicious meal and all the
seafood, great
ambiance.
steaks.
And they really wanted to go there because one of their first dates years ago was
at the Steamboat.
At the Steamboat. Voss Parish just comes there. Well, look, the other two people were from Voss Parish.
It's a romantic place. It's where I got engaged and where I had my first meal as a married man. So beautiful place to go. Steamboat Warehouse in Washington.
Keith and Sonia, thanks so much. Really had a beautiful evening, and we went to the races, and they stayed at Evangeline Downs Hotel. Keith had been there earlier and liked it so much he made sure that he had his reservations in order.
Dixie Storage, all your storage needs throughout St. Larry Parish with 3 main warehouse locations in Port Barre, Opelousas, and Washington. They got smaller warehouses available as well. They've got offloading and onloading to the railroad spur. They've got big loading docks. They've got all the forklifts that can lift all that stuff, do inventory control for you. They've got Dixie Trucking that can help move your load from location to location. Maybe you're a trucker and you want them to finish delivering a load for you here in the parish. They can take care of that, bring it to the distribution centers in this area for you and get all that done. A Plus Glass, their sister company, with locations in Lafayette and in Opelousas. And don't forget, they've also got the McCormick meeting building, what do you call that, event center in Port Barre, where you can go. It's got a full-blown kitchen, handle up to 300 people for receptions, parties, whatever you have. Dixie Storage.
I see where a former state policeman, retired state policeman, who has been with Sheriff Bobby Guitro since the sheriff was elected as the information officer, has stepped down, and Miss Megan Vizini has taken over that position. 2 good smiles. Both of them have a nice smile.
I've seen her already working on this new case that we've had in the Swords Lawtell area. She's been on television and doing a very good job,
I have a lot of material. I'm cutting all of that out when I write my book. I want to make sure that that's part of it, because I don't think in recent years, can you recall of any crime that's taken place that there's been more people that have volunteered, more people have donated, more people have become cognizant of the fact that you never know what's going to happen to you? And I guess one gentleman was asked, I think that was in Abbeville. He's a councilman. He was interviewed. They had 2 murders since the first of the year in Abbeville, so the community's kind of shook up a little bit. And he just, the TV reporter asked him, what does he recommend? Well, he says, recommend you keep looking over your shoulder in the back, look around, you see anything that's new in the area, you see anybody cruising around. A lot of little things can kind of keep you. And then if you notify your neighbors of anything happening, also make sure that you try to get with your neighbors and give them some advice of things.
Although we don't know the details, it's obvious that what happened was when the police went and asked someone, can y'all identify this truck that we have on this tape? Can anybody out there identify it? Someone came forward and identified the truck. So it's definitely the people out there, and that's what Crime Stoppers is all about, that the sheriff implemented as soon as he got elected. It's all about you out there, you're more eyes that can help the sheriff or the police or whoever.
I know it's a big controversy. Well, I don't know how big it is, but there's a few people that have been vocal about taking the cameras down in Lafayette. It looks like this would be...
The cameras help.
The cameras helped. And if I'm not breaking the law, the camera I'm passing by, I mean, in my vehicle, it doesn't bother me.
The man that got caught probably not happy with the camera.
He's not too happy with the camera. But
that's good.
And we don't want to get into controversies. I'm just making a statement of
today
we're not living in the world that we lived in 10 years ago. 20 years ago.
You don't leave the door unlocked and the keys in the ignition on the car.
No, you don't. But thinking about a good lawyer. If you need a good lawyer, apparently one of them is our good friend.
I saw he won Best of the Best this year, Greg Doucette.
Greg Doucette. He goes by Gregory, but we call him Greg.
Yeah, our old
Greg
buddy.
Doucette. Congratulations to you, Greg.
Comes to retreat with us every year, too.
Oh, yeah, and very active in the community.
And
Thanks.
If you want to come and take a social...
And married one of my cousins, too.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
If you want to come take a social media...
And he's a cousin of mine. That's
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's got to be related
Close
to
cut.
me, too. You know, I got a grandmother that was a Doucette, so I know we got to be related somewhere down the line.
His grandmother and my grandmothers were sisters. So,
No kidding.
Yeah, we just never have been. We've never, we call each other cousins, all, but we didn't grow up close.
Right.
But now we close.
Well, that's pretty darn close, though.
Yep,
Grandmothers being sisters.
Well, no,
that's very close.
very close.
Social media class coming up Monday, July the 16th at 10 a.m. at the St. Landry Parish Visitor Center. That's over Northport, exit 23, at nice, fancy, green Visitor Center. They're going to teach you about Facebook, Twitter, and all the different social media type things that you can use for your business, for your personal use, but primarily help promote your business. It's put on by UL. One of the instructors from UL is going to come down and teach people about it. You can call the Tourist Information Center 948-8004 to reserve your spot in the class.
Two events that will be taking place on the 28th of July. We'll just mention it real quick. And the first is the Denise Bro Redfish Derby. And the first annual was last year. It was well attended. And they're looking forward to really having a much larger one. They're having a lot more time to organize it. And that's going to be held July the 28th, Quintana Boat Landing at Sycamore Point, Louisiana. So if you're a good fisherman or you just want to donate some money, please get in touch with them and we'll give you some more details. Another event taking place right here in Port Barre on the 28th of July is the Global House of Praise Christian Refuge Center, which is Reverend Bobby Gradney. His church is going to have a real full day from 9 a.m. on the 29th, and on the 28th is going to be 5 p.m. on.
Speakers, door prizes, rappers, and praise dances. They're catering a lot to the younger people, but everybody is who they want to get.
Featuring Youth for Christ. And you know, that's can't get a better intention than that.
You want to show some photos?
Oh, yeah, let's show a couple of them
How
here.
about this one?
Mr. Sam Morrow. Mr. Sam. Sam used to attend the retreat with us. That's before your time. That's when Mr. Frank Deesa, his longtime friend, would get him to come. I can't get him to come, but he was at his store, and that's the Morrow Exxon in Krotz Springs. Been there for years.
Oh, yeah.
Very successful business. His son operates it today, and I had the opportunity to say hello and give him a big old handshake.
And we got some sunsets
at 3 Mile Lake. I'm spending a few hours there this last few days and thoroughly enjoying it. And this was last Friday night over after the races. Went down to Blackberries and had a dinner there. And that's Poon on the left, Arsenault on the left, Mr. Harold Foreman with Copper Crown, and of course their auction facility. He wants us to go and take a picture. The inside is almost finished, and they have a huge amount of yearling horses that'll be sold in September. We'll give you more details on that later. Then, of course, the next person is Bobby Dupre, yours truly, and then Chad Montgomery. And of course, Chad and Harold are very good friends. They're together a whole lot. And that was at Blackberries at Evangeline Downs about, I guess, 10 o'clock that night. And here we are. I had lunch Saturday with Norma Lee and Andre, her daughter, Jean, her daughter, and then my brother Cody and I and Vicky went over to Village Cafe.
There you go.
The Village Cafe. And I learned something. I'll get back to this. I'm always trying to learn something. But I learned that Jude Tozan is now with Tony Sashry Seasoning. He's not at this restaurant. And I'm going to talk about these right after our little break. We have to take another little short break.
We're going to take a 1-minute break, folks, not that 3-minute break we used to run.
And I'm going to come back with these two young couples and a little story.
We'll see you in 1 minute.